Hello, everybody, and welcome to XTV Dublin. Probably one of the most spectacular channels that you're going to get anywhere in the world. Yes, yours truly, Paulie, or the Grim Reaper, and of course, virtual TV, and you wouldn't be here only for Greta, remember. Now, the WHO back in the news again today. Dr. Tedros from Mario Brothers comes out and tells everybody today that the treatments are global public goods that must be accessible by all people. He also went on to say that the COVID-19 has highlighted, that's right, our world. And he said, adding, that it's also presented the world with an opportunity to build a fairer world in which health is not a privilege for the few. And we all don't live in little small slums, thank God. Maybe we did once upon a time, but we don't all today, Doctor, unfortunately. And you're not a doctor. Don't forget to tell everybody you're not a doctor. Now, good old Dominic Raab is in the news in the UK as he sort of gets into bed with China, as China proposed national security law for Hong Kong in direct conflict with its obligations under the joint declaration. If enacted, this law would violate Hong Kong's autonomy and freedoms, and others are deeply concerned. Now, Britain failed to extend visa rights and provide 300,000 Hong Kong British nationals, overseas passport holders, with a path to citizenship. Should China impose a controversial security law that would curtail freedoms in the territory, a lot of countries around China would not be too happy about that, as everything goes into decline. If China goes down this path and implements the national security legislation, we will be required to change the status of the BNO passport holders and set a train of arrangements which will allow them to come to the UK for longer than the current 6 months period that they're allowed at present. And they have to apply then for an extendable period of 12 months to work and study, which itself will provide a pathway to citizenship for the security. That's right. And, of course, Mr. Dominic Raab said on Thursday that as Foreign Secretary, he will keep an eye on it closely. Now, summary of the latest updates regarding our friend Silicon-19. UK lockdown to ease from next Monday, allowing groups of up to 6 to meet outside. The English Premier League will resume on June the 13th. Nissan announces closure of Barcelona plant. Polling Europe is going to shut down for a little while as Renault decides to cut 15,000 jobs, including 4,600 in France. And further easing of the lockdown measures in France from June the 2nd. Well, we always knew this was coming, didn't we? In the hoax. Restrictions return in South Korea after a new spike in Silicon-19 cases. As Silicon-19 statistics, you can find them over at, that's right, corona.help. Now let's move over to Spain. And Spain's government today approved the introduction of a minimum vital income to be doled out to 850,000 of the country's most vulnerable families. The Prime Minister came out and says Pedro Sanchez from the ruling Socialist Party described it as a historic measure, adding, a country does not prosper if it leaves out part of its population. He said that it will be protected to the people who are having the worst time, are fighting poverty, and are contributing to the economic recovery of the country. Open it back up and get people back on your beaches again. That's what the Irish say. And voice the versa right around the world and stop this rubbish. Now, here's the latest. Did you ever think about working a 4-day week? Well, in New Zealand, this is what they're planning to come out with. Now, if you need to hike your caffeine intake from today to kick your brain into gear, you're not alone. No. How about only enjoying that coffee and not working afterwards? For countless companies around the world, Silicon-19 has spelled economic disaster and thrown millions of people out of their jobs. But one campaign group says that the Silicon-19 pandemic hoax is ideal opportunity to rethink work patterns to boost economies and improve overall well-being. and reduce your day, reduce your wages, and reduce your life. Yeah. And now is the time to ditch that 5-day, 40-hour week and call it the new Silicon 19. That gives us the perfect excuse to really look at what the future of work is. It's a dreadful thing that we're going through at the moment. But the exciting thing of it is that we can, let's say, not be in the workplace for as much as we should be. Anyway, there's a CEO of a company that told us what we wanted to know this week, and she says, we think that people should be only working a 4-day week, less hours, more production. And New Zealand has one of the world's most successful responses to the Silicon 19 pandemic, but its economy still took a major hit. Now the Prime Minister, Jacinda, is backing the idea of a 4-day work week to help boost domestic tourism while improving the work-life balance. Isn't that great? Now, as Mr. Tesla's rockets are not taking off when they should be because of the weather, he's just after reaching a $700 million milestone. Tesla CEO Elon Musk earned the first portion of an incentive-based stock option payout, and the company confirmed its filing today. Based on the terms in the filings, Musk will receive the first tranche for keeping the company's market capitalism at $100 billion, along with some other revenue milestones. Now, Mr. Musk, and he's one of the major stockholders, received $700 million as he keeps on sending up his rockets. And when we asked him, why are you sending up so many rockets? He says, because we lost the car, he says. He lost the car. The Roadster, they lost it and they can't find it, so they keep on sending up a search party. Anyway, if you're in Guatemala, you've just received a 4.8 earthquake. That's right, you received a 4.8 earthquake that was just about going to go boom. And you have to watch all the islands, and as Paulie keeps on reminding everybody over and over again, keep an eye on the Pacific Ocean. Now, as I said, if you pray to the man above and you ask him for a wish, and I'm sure the 70 people that are watching today and can see at the start of today's video how I went in and showed people today on virtual TV all about the numbers. The 106, the 107, the 108, the 109. All in every second day, if that makes sense, with their algorithms and their computers. Now, I've also showed people today, as we're into the last, we're into the last 7 minutes. So today we've ended the script now, and we'll just move into what happened over the last 2 days. Yesterday's video went in to show everybody about Humpty Trumpty had a big fall. And that's what's going to happen, because some leaders have a big fall. They don't last forever, and then they disappear off into their mansion and retire. That's what most of them do. But we've got a business one here now that runs loads of businesses, so we won't get rid of this one too quickly. But today, it's all based on a guy called, let's say, Mr. George. Yeah. Now, you can go in, as I show people today in the video, and you can go in and you can see these people with 104 million subscribers, okay, over computer games. Now, that's all artificial intelligence driven. And the reason that guy is making so much money is because they want you all warped. Warped minds gets nothing done. Sit there playing computer games all night and then probably disappear into the wilderness, yeah? And all about when somebody puts their knee into your neck, yeah, they censor that video. Now remember, it's all over that platform where I got this information. Everything that's up here on the screen comes from Google. Everything. All over Google and YouTube. Everything that you're watching has come from Google and YouTube. All over it. And I want to show everybody now, when you scroll down through Mr. George, rest in peace, by the way. Yeah. Go down through all the videos and you'll see the colour of the people that do the reporting. It's just the colour, right? I'm not racist. I'm just saying, if you go down through all the videos and watch each reporter, you start to just spend 10 seconds on each video. Type in Floyd, and a surname. Remember, AI, there's nothing you can do about this now, because I'm just going to catch you out real quick for the last 5 minutes of today's show. Because, as I said, you have every piece of information about Paulie. Now it's time that the humans, that the 70 people went off and, let's say, shared the video. I want people to share this video. Tell everybody about the Grim Reaper and what they're doing, what the platform's actually doing, and tell everybody about Trump, what he just come out and told everybody that owns these platforms, that the money's getting cut off. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, but we'll talk today all about Mr. George. God rest him. That could be me in that car. It could be anybody. And when he starts sticking a full force knee into somebody's neck and you can't breathe, and it's all over the internet from all different angles. Even the mayor. That's right. Even the mayor, the local mayor, said it. So watch the cover up. Now, isn't it funny how everything just stops when it comes to Silicon 19? And now there's riots in America. Riots in America. If anybody's watching the news from the riots, they'll notice that there's a wall of police. A wall of police that looked like the army, actually. Only for they have a different colour uniform. They look like the army. They are in army vehicles, and they've submachine guns, technically, to try and stop protesters from looting and burning down buildings. No. This is all being created because, like Brexit, people get fed up talking about it, and it takes over the planet. It can either go the wrong way or the right way. If it goes the wrong way, it's all out. End of the world. Yeah. So that's why I put today's video together, just to show everybody about numbers, about the little game that's being hypnotized into you. Every time you go in and watch a YT video, that game pops up in front of me. So I decided that, yeah, YT, Paulie versus YT. That's right. That'll sum her up in a nutshell, and we can see the little dog at the end, unfortunately. It's a David and Goliath story, as I keep on reminding everybody. Thanks for all the messages out there, and I'll read them out probably tomorrow. As I said, I took a few days off to just heat waves and dressing up as the Grim Reaper. It doesn't really connect. Not in Ireland, because we're not used to the good weather in Ireland. And thanks to everybody for concerned citizen, obviously, and the McManamans. Thanks for the message, and Anja, Sally Sue, and Big Toe Terrier, all the usual few people that get to see the video. And I hope you enjoyed virtual TV today. Don't forget, send over your messages if you have anything that's interesting, and links or anything. I'd like to watch the videos at night time and get some sort of an idea what's going on with the planet. And as I said, I'm here to represent the layman people, not the professor, and try to be some sort of a in-between that, with the common sense, tries to get other people of, let's say, similar minded, and we work together as a team. So I'm going to wrap things up. As I said, we have to watch the 15-minute video that goes on for maybe 14 minutes 56 seconds or something. Then I have to speak up to the end of it, because it just doesn't look right if I cut it. And you can see at the very end of this video the piece I say about no mask. People don't care anymore. And RIP. See you tomorrow.